Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builders Supply. This video is to bring you a closer look at the major number HIT-23, a HIT-23 Backset Redrill Guide or Relocating Tool. This type of tool is seen here, is what it is. For all intents and purposes, looks like a latch bolt. It's heavy, weighs about 0.5 pound. Okay, has a face on it that you're going to attach to the edge of your door. The face is going to be 2 1/4 tall by 1 inch wide. This will work on commercial doors or residential doors, meaning residential doors prepped for a 1 inch wide plate or commercial that are 1 1/8. It's going to include the pin that's there as well, and that pin is meant to illustrate how this tool is used. One more dimension, I suppose. Overall length, about 3 1/8. First hole is 2 3/8, and the second is 2 3/4, as you might guess. Where are you going to use this? Let's discuss that right now. If you are enjoying this video, please click thumbs up or like, and also please consider subscribing to our channel. Let's move on to the rest of the video. If you've ever heard the term Dutchman before, and as it pertains to carpentry or door work, then this tool is absolutely for you. This is meant to allow you to get a point by which to drill through with your hole saw mandrel, generally, your arbor bit, so that you can relocate the hole. Bottom line is this: you've drilled a 2 3/8 hole, and you need a 2 3/4 hole. So the way to do that would be to, however you're going to make that hole larger is how you'll do it. The term Dutchman is used when you're going to take that 2 3/8 hole, pack that back with a piece of lumber, glue that, and then re-drill, because when you pack that with your Dutchman, you fill that hole. You have a new place to set your arbor, your drill bit from your mandrel, the arbor of the hole saw, if that's what you're using, or any cutting tool, down into that. This tool, once you attach it to the edge of the door, let's say it's laying flat, you've got the door flat, will give you the ability to run that arbor down through there, your bit for your hole saw. That's what this is used for. Okay, let's switch now to the screen view and let's take a closer look at the supporting information. Before we do so, I don't see where they tell us the inside dimension of this hole. I would imagine it's going to be just heavy on a 1/4 inch. Yeah, 0.252. So 1/4 inch bit is what's going to go in there. Okay. Now let's switch to the screen view. Let's take a closer look. At all of the supporting documentation. If you are enjoying this video, please click thumbs up or like, and also please consider subscribing to our channel. Let's move on to the rest of the video. Okay, apologize for that tumble of equipment there at the end. Previously, the microphone fell over. So this is what the tool looks like. Let's take a look at some photographs that I have listed and linked to down below. That's the packaging. That's the tool and the guide pin itself. Another shot of that. The fixture, side view, front of the unit itself, top of the unit, that guide pin. Installation instructions. The extended description tells us it's a Backset Redrill Guide for relocating the crossbore. Solid steel construction, and is a must-have tool for all locksmiths. Used to move over an existing 2 3/8 to 2 3/4 or vice versa to correct a misdrilled hole. The HIT-23 attaches by screwing into the existing latch faceplate mortise. You do have to have the edge prep done to use this tool. A standard hole saw can then be used to correct that bore. The HIT-23 is supplied with a drill blank to replace the hole saw pilot bit to reduce wear on the guide holes. That's what that guide pin is for. You don't want to be drilling into this with your hole saw. So remove your 1/4 inch diameter bit, use this guide pin, and then let the hole saw do the rest of the work. It's a really ingenious way to go about doing that. Works with a 1 inch or 1 1/8 wide faceplates with a 1 inch diameter latch hole. That means The hole in the edge of the door has to be 1 inch for the barrel or body. It can't be 15/16 or 7/8, which you'll bump into occasionally. That'll need to be 1 inch to accommodate that. Now we have the installation instructions linked here, which are included with the paperwork. This is unusual for Major. This is only 1 page. They usually have lots of pages, lots of pictures in large font, but not a lot to say about this. We will add to what we've already said by saying use only a slow speed when drilling. Using a fast speed may cause the drill blank to weld itself to the drill guide. Okay. Nice and slow. Use thread cutting oil, too, if it's a steel door. The first hole is 2 3/8. The second hole, obviously, 2 3/4, and that's your blank. Always use eye protection when operating power tools. I would say eye protection, ear protection, and lung protection. There's no reason not to wear a mask. You don't want to introduce any of that micro material into your chest. There's also a link to the product brochure here. Let's take a closer look at that. This is going to give you other tools that I'll go over quickly. I'm familiar with all of them. The HIT 23 is the unit that we're looking at. The HIT 24, once you have the edge prep done in the edge of the door, you can insert this through your crossbore and then mark the jamb for the center line of your strike plate, where you'll need to prep for the strike plate. Okay, that's a handy tool. It's hard sometimes to locate exactly the strike where you want it, because how do you mark the frame based on your latch bolt or your lock installation? This tool allows you to do that. If it's a deadbolt, an old carpenter's trick is they will literally coat lipstick on the edge of the deadbolt itself, marking the frame. Well, this is a bit more elegant, I suppose, in terms of a solution. The pit bowl, this is for allowing you to make a indentation into the edge of up to an 18 gauge steel door, depending on the application. A lock seam edge door will work for that, not the two pans brought together style. The old Amwell doors were like that. Mesker doors, I think, are like that as well. If you have a Seco Regent door, this ought to work just perfectly for. Create a nice indentation for your latch bolt there. Clamp that onto the edge of the door and get your large wrench and start turning that. Pretty handy. Let's also now take a look here. Below this video is a link to the manufacturer's page, where you can pull up not only all of the major products that we sell by means of this horizontal navigation, as seen here, but also a link to the manufacturer's website, as well as a link to their full product catalog. I would encourage you to review their full product catalog, because it is positively full of security hardware, locksmith installation tools, items used by manufacturers, integrators, locksmiths, security individuals, and users to increase or enhance security on existing doors, add it to new doors, incorporate it into new doors. A few dozen pages of lock installation aids as well. Let's wrap up this video on camera. If you are enjoying this video, please click thumbs up or like, and also please consider subscribing to our channel. Let's move on to the rest of the video. Now, would I really consider that you purchase this tool? You know, I'll tell you this, if you're out in the field often, it's sooner rather than later you're going to encounter a hole that's in the wrong place by means of your own doing or someone else's. This is a handy way to be able to do that. I've had, you know, if you've got a 2 3/8 hole, backset 2 1/8 hole at 2 3/8 backset, you put that down into a drill press and you just try to bring that drill press down, the hole saw is really going to fight you getting into there. It's just dreadful to do that, and it always ends up looking pretty awful. This, at least with a very slow speed and cutting oil, will allow you to, you know, bring that tool down. My only, you know, the reason they're saying really slow speeds is because all you're relying here on is the 2 screws that are holding the fixture in, because the hole saw is going to want to wobble. What's going to keep it straight is going to be the guide pin, but it's going to force that thing to want to wobble. And there's no margin between there. It's very tight. So I don't think that it's going to be problematic doing this when you're approaching the re-drill or the move over operation quite patiently. But if you have just one of them to do, I think this tool will make the difference between an awful conclusion and one that's quite salvageable. You know, obviously, if you have lots of them to do, I would certainly very much encourage it. Okay. Now, the name Major is synonymous with all of those lock installation aids and tools that are listed in their catalog. They're very much, it would be accurate to call them a no-nonsense company. Send them an order, they assemble it, and they ship it out to you. And they like to just keep it really no-nonsense, and I do appreciate that. If you have any questions on the HIT-23 Backset relocating tool or any other major manufacturing product, please feel free to reach out to us. And thank you. Again, thank you for watching, and if you've enjoyed this video, please click thumbs up, please subscribe, and maybe even send the video to someone that you know. Thank you.